Hello and welcome to this very special episode of Seldom Differs Terrible Features. Special because, of course, as you'll know from the title, we have a guest, David Firth. Now, as always, when the episode gets started, we just get straight into the action. So I thought I'd do this quick introduction just to introduce the guest for anyone who doesn't know who he is already, and let you know where you can find his stuff. So David Firth is an incredibly talented animator, with a huge back catalogue of work that he's been putting out since the early noughties. His animations are often quite dark and creepy, but there's usually an element of humour in there as well. Sometimes they're outright comedies, sometimes they're sort of surreal, almost like David Lynch-esque nightmare-scapes, if that's a word. But they're always like something you've never seen before. I think it's probably fair to say he's best known for his Salad Fingers web series, probably one of the most famous sorts of internet animation series. He really was a pioneer of sort of online internet-based animation and comedy, really, because as well as Salad Fingers on his website fatpie.com, he also created series such as Burnt Face Man. He has the web series Jerry Jackson. He makes music as Locust Toybox, which is what's playing right now. This track is called Beehive Days. He has a podcast, Waller FM. He's contributed segments to Charlie Brookers Screenwipe series. More recently, he's contributed segments to Justin Roiland's series, The Paloni Show. That's the guy who created Rick and Morty. He also was one of the co-creators of Devo, if you remember Devo, which was a massive internet phenomenon alongside Salad Fingers. Probably, so two very different but very big internet phenomenons of the early noughties, Salad Fingers and Devo. David Firth was behind both of them. So it really is like a massive figure in the world of internet content. I don't know how to put it. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen any of his stuff before, but if you haven't, definitely go and check it out. It's all there on fatpie.com. Also, David Firth, on YouTube, he's on Instagram, he's all over the place. I'll put all the links below. Now, on this podcast, it's not a sort of in-depth interview podcast where we give the guest a real grilling about their career. We just have a bit of a fun chat, we play some features, we all go home. But if you are interested in more of an in-depth interview with David, Matt from this podcast, on his old podcast, Matt Skillington's Skillieve It or Not, which I'll also put a link to below, he interviewed David on that in 2018, and it's a much more sort of interviewee type podcast where he goes into depth about, David's career, etc. So that might be something of interest. But don't let that stop you listening to this, because this is good. It's just different to that. In fact, it's probably more interesting because you get to see another side of David that's not just him talking about his career, that's him talking about things like crisps. And I just think that's sometimes what you need, isn't it? You want to see the person behind the art. And one last thing I want to mention is just want to plug his merch store. And just as he mentions, you'll hear him talk about it in the podcast, just make sure if you do buy any of his merch, buy it from the official Salad Fingers store, which I'll also put a link to in the description here, and you should be able to find. It's just there's a lot of counterfeiting going on, and he does talk about that in the podcast, as you'll hear. And it sounds like a bit of a nightmare, to be fair, for him to deal with on his own, but that's all to come. So I'm going to shut up now and let you enjoy the episode.
It's whatever time it is. Breaking news as Walkers release their What's It's Crunchy Real Cheesy Crisp. They're over the moon to put it on the market and say that your favourite What's It's are now crunchy. Are you a cruncher or a melter? Although some people believe that there's more sinister undertones to this story, and people have claimed that the Walkers Crunchy What's It is in fact a knick-knack. What's It's fan Kirsty from Handsworth in Sheffield had this to say.
Look at it. It's a hard What's It. A hard cheesy What's It. Which is... It's basically a knick-knack. They've nicked the knickknacks. Walkers are the gangsters of the crisp world, right? They own all the big giants, and we're talking your sensations, your French fries, your Monster Munch, your Doritos, your What's-Its, your Max Double Crunch, your Hula Hoops, your Quavers, your Deep Ridge, even your bloody Cheetos. And yet, they want to steal the knick-knack from KP. No chance. Half the flavour, half the job. They'll be in own bargains quicker than you can say it, nice and spicy.
Walkers have hit back and made claims that KP have stolen from Nobby's nuts when they brought out their aromatic Thai chili coated peanuts. I spoke to one of Walker's representatives, Gabriel Walter Hunter, and he had this to say.
You know, I think it's really funny, I really do, that the people at KP are claiming that we have stolen the knick-knack. I think that is really funny. And coming from them, you know, let's not forget about their aromatic Thai chili-coated peanuts. Yes, and I really do think Nobby's actually had that idea. I'm not saying we did steal. I'm just saying that they shouldn't be pointing fingers.
Stay tuned for more updates. Back to the studio. Very interesting, because I have tried these. So I don't know if you gathered from that, lads, but so Walkers have made their What's-Its crunchy, not like all of them, but they've brought out the crunchy What's-It.
Oh, thank God.
So like a What's-It where they've taken all the air out of it, sort of.
Yes, essentially. Imagine putting it in a vacuum, and yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And made it really cheesy.
You know, I actually bought a bag of them today.
Did you?
By accident. Like, I actually, about an hour ago, because I went to the corner shop, and you got to make it over a £5 unless you want to, you know, if you want to pay on your card, you've got to be over a £5. So I was trying to find something to make it a £5, grabbed a bag of What's-Its from below, and I noticed they were, I haven't opened them, but I noticed they felt heavy. Like, when I got them out of my bag, they felt heavy, and I thought, what's going on? And I realised it was some special edition, and I was just like, it looks all right. It was a spicy What's-It. It wasn't a cheesy one.
Right.
Well, that's even more like a
the
knick-knack. That's even more like a knick-knack, though, isn't it? Because knick-knacks have a spice to them. So,
Yes.
So they've sucked the air out of the What's-Its. They've added a bit of spice, and they're saying it's a hard What's-It. Is that what they're calling them? Hard What's-Its?
Yeah, I believe what you had there, David, was a flaming hot, crunchy What's-It.
I think that's what it is. I've not opened them yet. I just grabbed them to
Oh
make
my
it
God.
up, so I didn't have to pay for the 50p charge. It's essentially a free bag of crisps.
Are you willing to open them on the podcast? Are you willing to do that?
Well, I've got to go downstairs to open.
Don't worry about it.
Don't
Bring
forget
it back
that.
up.
Get back in touch.
Well, I mean, I've opened a bag, and they're knickknacks. Do you know what I mean?
Literally.
They're basically knickknacks. It really does feel like they've gone, right, how do we somehow steal the knickknack from KP, Ryan?
But my question is, what's the problem with this? Because a What's-It's a Cheeto, you know, a Walker's Ridge or whatever they're called, are just a McCoy.
McCoy, yeah.
You know, this has been going on for centuries,
They've
hasn't
done it a few times, haven't they?
Centuries.
No, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like,
you're right.
no, crisps are all...
Absolutely.
Crisp is a crisp is a crisp, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's a knick-knack. Like, I guess you don't see many skips out there, do you? You don't see many skip replicas, and until now, maybe you never saw any knick-knack. Maybe they had a patent on it or something.
The only skip replicas you'd find are probably like Tesco's own, etc. David, I mean, I have to ask, what is your favourite crisp in general, if you are to go for one, if you don't mind me asking?
Got to be Bugles, hasn't it? Oh, no, I'm joking. I was just thinking, right, that they were another acquisition by Walkers that you failed to mention back there, so I was just going to pick you up on that. But no one's asking for Bugles. They're not that good. They leave a funny aftertaste. And honestly, like, while we're at it, I don't like people that like Doritos. I've noticed. Like, I don't generally like them. I don't get along with them very well. Like, I've noticed that we just can't find any common ground. Like, I mean, I can eat a Dorito, no problem. I can eat any crisp going.
Yeah.
But why would you prioritize Doritos? Like, that's what my point is.
I
Like,
know what you mean.
fair.
I would never
So,
get it as a regular packed lunch bag.
No, but it's more like a party crisp, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it's with a
Well, it
dip.
serves a purpose, yeah. With the dip, fine. But then if you're getting a dip, then get some plain tortilla crisps. You'll have a better time, I think.
It's a good
Do you know
point.
what? I agree with you there. Just lightly salted. It's the way it let that dip sing. Do you know what I mean?
It's all about the dip, and so on their own, I think they're very poor.
Yeah.
3 out of 10.
It's a good point. Squares wasn't mentioned either. And I love the squares, but I feel like there's never enough of them.
Did they pick them up? from somewhere else, Squares? Because that's not a Walker's crisp, is it? They've stolen, they've taken that, they've acquired that.
But Squares have been going for a long time, but it could have been Smith's, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it was Smith's Squares, wasn't it?
Smith's might have... Yeah, they went hell for leather with Smith's, didn't they? Because they took Smith's off... Monster Munch, of course, was originally Smith's as well. Favourite flavour of Monster Munch, David? I have to ask.
Oh, it's got to be the spicy ones.
Yes,
spicy ones.
Flaming Hot.
Flaming Hot, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? Because Walker's... did they steal the knick-knack? Who knows? I mean, like Ryan says, you know, if you go further enough back, thank you. But, you know, like with your... you there's a lot of merch out there from particularly Salad Fingers merch, and a lot of it that probably isn't official merchandise. Has it been a problem?
Yeah. I don't know, like, I mean, it definitely is a problem. If I didn't know about it, I wouldn't be bothered. But then when I go on eBay and I see it'll be like someone will sell a Salad Fingers t-shirt and it'll say 3,000 sold, I'll be a little bit annoyed. And then you go, eBay, can you sort this out? And they'll go, yeah, but, you know, we're making money off this, so we can't really do anything.
Yeah, who governs that then? Is there a third
party?
No one does. Really?
No, what they do is they send you through, I think it's known in sort of psychology as dark patterns or dark loops, like where they make it very difficult for you to access or something that will be not beneficial to them, like companies that make it very hard to leave their service. Right. But they make it very difficult for you to report the counterfeit merch. Right. And what they do is they have this system of leaving large gaps of time. So you spend all this time reporting it, putting all the details in, and then like 3 weeks later they'll say, oh, well, you've missed some details, you need to resubmit the form. And by that point you might be doing something else, so then you go through the form again, you resubmit all the details, and then they say, 3 weeks later they'll say, oh yeah, you've forgotten a detail, you need to add this, and then they just keep doing that until eBay, absolutely horrific company, awful.
Oh, that's horrible.
Wowzers. That must be infuriating.
And I suppose like big brands like Nike, they're going to have like the clout to sort of, or the resources to, have people who look into that and like stop counterfeiting happening with those things.
Yeah.
But I guess when it's just, is it like literally you looking after the Salad Fingers merchandise?
Yeah. What happens is, I don't have a legal team, and to recover, 10 grand is not going to be beneficial. Like, I'm gonna have to pay for legal representation that will probably cost me that much to even take on eBay, and I couldn't even prove how much had been sold because all the accounts that sell them disappear, and how do you gather that information? They're not going to give you the sales reports, even though they could.
So we're good then to start that Salad Fingers merch company that we were talking about.
Start it up, run it out of Indonesia or something.
And you can do nothing about it.
Well, where's the official place to get it then? That's a good...
Well, if you search on Google, you should be able to, if you search for Salad Fingers t-shirts, it should take you to saladfingersstore.com. That's the one where we sell the official stuff. But the thing is, t-shirts are very easy to knock off.
Yeah.
It's much harder to knock off, like, the toys. So
the plush toys.
Yeah. So far, those are doing a lot better. It used to be like you could make some good money off of selling T-shirts of your merch, but if you've got any kind of, visibility on the internet, then someone else is knocking off your T-shirts. Redbubble, they're bad for it as well. But you can have a word with them, and they'll back down because they're not like enormous like eBay.
The plush toys look amazing. Like, how, as an individual, how do you go about getting something like that manufactured? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you find a company that makes them, and then you...
But you've obviously designed it to look like your character.
Yeah. There's a lot of back and forth with the company. I think there was factories that... I think a company in China produced the original one.
Right.
And we paid them, and we said, do this, make it look like this, give them a 3D model maybe. And they'll send it back, and then you can get some... I think you can get a number of changes made to it without having to pay any extra. And then the prototype is then yours, and you can use them to continue making them, or you can give it to a factory in England. I think a factory in England or at least a company in England produces them. I don't know where they're actually sewn up though.
So it's not like you start with a base bear and go, okay, reduce the ears. Shrink
No,
the head,
it's
lengthen the
not
body,
like build a bear.
get the fingers longer, and eventually it's unrecognisable.
But you've got the plastic ones as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah, they're not official though. They that was just a company. They made them, and I just got a royalty for those. So
okay.
Cool.
I make about £1 off them, so I don't push them very hard.
I thought then you were going to say it was a counterfeit thing, but you just bought it anyway because you liked it.
yeah, those are good, but the people who make them, they could tell me anything. I don't know. They could have sold 10 million of them. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because they're not going to be there and just show you the figures. Go, yes, David, this is the figures for this month. As you can see, we've only sold one. So there's your 12 pence. And then secretly, there's a party of them. I've got one, but from you, David. To be fair.
Yeah. I gave you. I had a bunch of them knocking around. I think I sold them eventually. I haven't spoken to those people for ages. I don't know if they're still making them or anything.
They're now running out of Hawaii in their golden yacht, which was a bad idea because gold is not a good floating device.
No, but it's very decadent, isn't it?
Thank you very much. Hey, come to think of it, Zippy is actually a fan of this show. I don't know if you know, David, but we've actually had Zippy on before. And he's been in touch.
Has he?
He has actually been in touch.
Okay. Because we actually had him on, last time we had a guest on, he came on and sort of asked the guest some questions, but he wasn't free tonight to come on.
He wasn't free, no, very busy schedule. He's
of course.
got some reunions coming up.
Well, it's back, isn't it? The 90s is back. Blobby's everywhere. You know, the Big Breakfast's back.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the Rainbow's going to be back soon.
What is that, 70s Rainbows?
70s it started, ended in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, true. It went for a long old time, didn't it?
Because just, like you said, you mentioned, well, actually it was before we started recording, but you mentioned Games Master. That's back. You know, they've just brought everything
Games
back.
Master's back, yeah.
Yeah.
Robot Wars came back.
Robot Wars came back.
There's something else coming back.
What
is it?
Big Brother's coming back, maybe? Is it that?
Oh, Big Brother's
Recession.
back, yeah.
The Recession's coming back.
Big Brother never went away. It's just people stopped watching it.
True, yeah.
It was still there.
But it was actually just people living in a house. The cameras were on, it was on TV, but essentially they were just living in a house because no one was watching it.
Is it back to Channel 4 now, Big Brother?
It's ITV2 now, I think it's going to be on.
Okay, so that's the big... Yeah, but it went to Channel 5, didn't it? And and now they've brought it back and going, look, it's on real telly now, ITV2.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, the first series, it was meant to be normal people, wasn't it? They put normal people in a house.
Yeah.
And then after that, they were like, normal people are really boring. Let's put nutters in it.
Yeah.
And then it was just like nutters and, borderline sociopaths. And let's see what happens. Everyone argues and then everyone loses interest. And on E4, they used to show it 24 hours uninterrupted.
I remember that, yeah.
And you could watch them asleep. And that's what I used to do.
That's the best bits.
When they woke up, you went to bed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just shit now.
I just keep it on all night, monitor them like a child, my baby monitor.
Was that the one with the birds would start chirping up if they didn't want to be...
Yeah, I think if they were saying anything libelous or whatever, or like they were saying anything sort of, I guess bad language in the middle of the day, which was most of the time was the thing. Yeah. So I think it seemed like a much more exciting idea than it was, because you'd put it on and it would be like, I'd say 70-80% birdsong. Yeah,
but if you're watching it at night, then you could kind of hope that the person who was going to put that bird song on might have fallen asleep.
That's true.
But they started ramming like advertisement within the house, didn't they, to start help funding. Really? When he went to Channel 5, they'd have like shots of the Radox bottle, the shower gel.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Whatever, and that's...
Like,
then they got told off for doing that.
Craig could be wearing like a Salad Fingers t-shirt in the diary room. And
there'd always be someone that'd be like arguing for walkers, and they'd be like saying, like, oh no, walkers didn't steal those crops. they came up with them originally. And they'd just have someone in there who had an opinion that was very pro-walkers, wouldn't they? And they would just keep pushing that every day. And then they'd also but then KP would be onto it, wouldn't they? So they'd put someone in, and there'd just all be all these arguments about KP and walkers.
Yeah, it's just all people from different crisp companies now.
That is a series I would watch, to be fair.
What other crisp companies are there? Golden Wonder, is that still? Are they still going?
McCoy's, Seabrooks,
Golden Wonders.
Shake and Bake, is it called?
Not Shake and Bake, no. Salt and Shake, isn't it?
They're not around anymore, though, are they, to be fair?
Haven't they all just been bought up by the big two or whatever, though?
Yeah.
Pretty much,
aren't they all just trading under that name? But
well, Golden Wonders have actually made a comeback. So they went away for a while and ended up in a lot of kind of bargain shops, multi-packs for £1, you know. And you couldn't get them individually, but they have made a comeback now, and they've kept like their retro look, you know, because all, like you're saying, all the retro stuff's coming back, and they've come back with a curry sauce flavour.
Oh wow! You have to innovate,
which I've got to say is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, which curry though is it? Because you know, there's quite a lot of curry.
Sorry, I mean, is in like chip shop.
Oh, right, so it's not like a Rogan Josh. Or whatever.
No, but that would be nice, though, to be fair. No, chip shop curry sauce, which some people... I mean, I love that flavour, but some people are slightly put out.
I wouldn't be against it. I've thought this, though, with the packaging of, like, you know, like Tunnocks caramel. Is it Tunnocks, the caramel bars and the tea cake things?
The war bars.
The war bars, because am I right in thinking they basically kept the same packaging since the war? So that must have gone out of fashion at some point, but they've just stuck it out to the point where it's kind of charming now, you know.
Yes, have they just never changed it?
I hope that's the case, but maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah, that's the selling point for it. If someone never changes the packaging, it really does look like I've got this spice mix for like putting on chicken, and it's in a tin, and it looks like it's something that was found in the 50s, like you know. But it's new, but it doesn't look doesn't even have a sticker on it. It looks like it hasn't changed since, you know, the 50s, and that's the selling point to me.
That is, I get that, I understand
and
that.
It feels more authentic, doesn't it, when you're using it, I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine you feel like more of a chef than just if you're squirting ketchup on there or something.
Yeah, but that treacle that you get in a tin, that stuff is really old.
Yeah.
Whatever that's called, I like it.
Tate Lyle, is it?
Yeah. With the dead lion with the flies on it.
That's the one.
And Spam, of course, has never changed its packaging.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Zippy has been in touch.
Yeah, Zippy's been in touch, and he has actually got a question for David Firth here, our guest on this very special episode. David, I hope you can hear this, and I hope you can maybe answer the question at the end.
Hello, David. Zippy here. May I say I'm a huge fan of your work. Yes. I can relate to salad fingers because I myself have a grotesque feature, of course. Yes, that's my big zip mouth. Yes. I would look out of place in one of your animations. My question to you is, what gave you the idea of having a character with salad for fingers? Anyway, thank you. Bye-bye now.
Original question.
Yeah, I know. Zippy there, he's asking you, why salad?
Well, you know, he doesn't have any part of him made of salad. He's
See, I was going to ask
green.
this. Yeah, I was going to ask this. Is it more of a sort of... He's not meant to have, like, lettuce for fingers, right? He's meant to just have green fingers that resemble salad, like it's a nickname. Is that right?
Oh, no, it's not that at all. It's like... It's just a name, really. You know, it's like...
I see.
Like Cher or something, you know, like she's not made of... sharing,
like a collaborative experience.
Cherries.
It's a great
that was
point.
a terrible example.
No, I know what you mean, though.
Snoop Dogg is not an actual dog.
He's not a dog.
That's a better example.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre's probably not a doctor. Like
he's just called
Mr. Fingers.
Mr. Fingers.
Yeah, Salad Fingers. I mean, he's definitely defined by his fingers, but there's nothing like salady about them.
Do you not think they look a little leafy there at all? Do you think that's where they're...
Well, I'd say they look long, like gherkins, to be honest. Long gherkins.
Yeah, because I watched the entire back catalogue of Salad Fingers last night, and this came into my head. Is it meant to be lettuce, or is it... because I was thinking, no, they're more solid. They're quite solid at times, you know. And I thought, maybe it's cucumbers. But I was going to ask, is it salad, in fact, or is it just green fingers? And you've answered the question perfectly. I think that's a scoop, to be honest. I think that's breaking news.
Do you think we've got the scoop on this show?
Have you ever revealed that?
Yes.
No, I mean, maybe. I can't remember. I don't... Every time I, think about anything I've ever done, I kind of reassess it on the spot.
Right.
Okay.
Give it a new... So there's no consistency. I might have said the exact opposite a week ago. But right now,
there's going to be another interview where someone asks you that, and you go, he's got salad for fingers, and that's it. You know, that's the long and short of it.
They made a lettuce, tomato, cucumbers.
It's just compressed lettuce. Like if you get enough lettuce, and you could probably get like 10 lettuce and compress them to a very really compress it so that like all the water comes out. And I reckon, hydraulic press.
I was going to say
the one. Yeah.
You could do that.
And
I reckon.
I do watch a lot of hydraulic pressing videos online as well.
It's weird how addictive they are, isn't it?
What is it about that?
Yeah.
Is it that Swedish guy?
Yes.
Is it one person who's just like monopolised the hydraulic videos?
But he calls it a hydraulic press.
Right, okay.
It's like
The hydraulic press.
yeah, something like that.
The best use of that I found, that hydraulic press, was when there's a whole thing about you can't fold a piece of paper more than
Oh yeah,
6 times or something. They tried it with a hydraulic press and the paper shattered.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Just 6. What if it's a massive bit of paper?
doesn't matter because it always doubles the thickness.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, but I mean like a continent-sized piece of paper. You could probably fold that.
I reckon John doesn't think that's the case, but
No.
he's going to prove you wrong with his maths and science.
Someone somewhere in the world has the world's biggest piece of paper.
It's got to exist.
Yeah, somewhere.
Do you think there's one of them, or do you think there's a stack of them?
Stack of the biggest.
It's got to be a
pieces
stack
paper
of
in the
them,
world.
right? You don't just make one piece of paper.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, and if you watched the local news, a lot of these towns in between cities didn't really have much going for them, so they always had like the world's biggest Scotch egg or something like that.
Oh,
Just to get their town on the map. So I reckon it'll be in a crap town between like in Lincolnshire somewhere. Like between Scunthorpe and Grimsby, I reckon, something like that. They have stupid competitions like, cheese rolling or,
I don't know it.
or mashed potato dance or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just whatever they can think of that doesn't take much to think of.
It's funny you mentioned the Scotch egg, the giant Scotch egg there, because we were talking on this podcast a few episodes back, or whenever it was, about if you were to make a Scotch egg but using a hard-boiled ostrich egg.
Oh yeah,
with then
Scotch ostrich.
Yeah, and then ostrich meat around the outside.
I don't know about the ostrich meat because a Scotch egg isn't chicken, is it? It's usually pork.
that's a good point.
Maybe it could be an equivalent animal, so like hippo, or something, like a big one, big animal.
And it'd feed a family, wouldn't it? One of them, I would say, for a week.
Probably not for a week, but probably for a night, I'd say.
I don't know, it'd be as big as your head though, wouldn't it? That.
It's so dense. Think of the density of the egg.
Yeah, it'd be horrible. It'd be like, you notice though, when they make those big foods, like a huge pizza in like some crap little town, it always looks horrible. It looks disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got all the people crowding around, and there's all like kids like leaning over it, and there's like lice falling off the hair into it, and snot, and you just think no one's gonna. I want a bit in the middle that no one's, because there's dirty little fingers have been all over.
Yeah, there's kids playing in it, like it's a fountain. Like the mum's going, "Go on, you have a play in the pizza, play in the
like
pizza." It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got like a spade to lift it or whatever, and it just looks disgusting. They're trying to cut it with like an axe or a.
Yeah, they've got to get something off a building site to lift a slice up, and you go, "Well, that's
and it just looks so dirty."
Is this why these towns do it though? Like in the big America, when you're driving past, it's like, America's biggest maple tree, or biggest ball of string, or all that shit that I see in films. I mean, I've never seen it in real life.
You assume it's real though.
It's got to be real, right?
Well, America's just amplified, isn't it? They just think about our crap towns. At least you're only 40 minutes away from a better one, probably. But in America, you might be like 3 hours away from the nearest other crap town.
It's probably where the biggest piece of paper is, to be fair, isn't it? America. It's got to be.
It's going to be America.
And I've been thinking about this in the last few minutes, this big piece of paper. Because I was thinking, okay, but if there is a stack of them, then what have that stack been cut from? Surely a bigger piece. Would the biggest piece be sort of mulch that's been made into paper that's not a defined like rectangle? Do you know what I mean? That's been rolled.
I do know what you mean, like the massive pressing of raw paper.
Must be that. It must be. Also, indestructible things. My dad had a flask that said it was indestructible, it could not be destroyed.
Right.
And he left it on the building site, and a steamroller, would you want to say? What's the thing that like...
Or JCV?
No, the big roller that rolls tarmac.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, steamroller.
Steamroller. So that went over it and crushed it. And he returned it.
Did he actually?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I think so.
nothing's going to be indestructible, is it? I mean, nothing's going to be indestructible. Like there's rulers, like shatterproof. Yeah, that. Why would they even write that?
Yeah, it's true.
Just bendy. They just meant they were bendy. Like, why didn't they just write bendy ruler?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, shatterproof, isn't it? Does it mean it'll just snap hard and not shatter into a million pieces? Like, but what does that?
Yeah,
it's plastic anyway.
It's a selling point, isn't it? Because they know everyone's going to try and break it and then buy another one.
Yeah, it's a good point, actually, isn't it? Yeah, well, it didn't shatter; it just snapped.
Yeah,
and could you put shatterproof on anything that's not like? Could you put?
I do.
Yeah, you just write that on your merch. You know, this T-shirt shatterproof. It was never going to shatter anyway.
On your T-shirts.
There's never been a T-shirt that shatters, but now people are buying it because it's shatterproof because they feel safe.
Yeah, it's just put it there and people will buy into it. 100%.
Do you think in the 60s there was a big sort of people getting ruler eye? Do you know what I mean? Like just getting shattered shards of ruler smashed into the right to the point where they actually started having to go, this is shatterproof now. Like, I've just never heard of this.
People having to wear goggles to draw a line.
But I think it's one of those where they've made it up, where they say stuff like, no, I did MSG. Like, there never was.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I think, though, is like, maybe in the past rulers were so brittle, like, if even it just fell off your desk, it would shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Yes.
Like, maybe glass ruler. Maybe they didn't even plastic, it was just glass rulers. And everyone, you've got to be really careful with them.
Well, that's the thing. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Until they go, well, we'll get a batch of these shatterproof rulers into prisons then for the educational time. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they're just snapping them and just using it as shanks.
Well, they use non-shatterproof, don't they, in prisons? So they will shatter when snapped.
Non-shatterproof rulers.
Yeah.
Just rulers, just shatterables.
Shatterable rulers.
Yeah. Text in. What's your favourite ruler? Let me introduce, I suppose, who's on the show. I think it's fair. At that time of the show, we like to say hello to good old-fashioned Ryan House here.
Hello.
Sir John Patrick there.
I
am obviously MattSkins.com, the brand. And our special guest today is David Firth. Thank you, David, for entering our show.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I hope the studio's not too hot. I'm sure you've heard a lot about our feature wheel. It's been in the press recently. Ryan had his photo taken in the Sheffield Star.
Mm-hmm. Biggest feature wheel in Yorkshire.
Yes. Sheffield-born lad Ryan Howes, creator of the world's biggest feature wheel in Yorkshire. We have heard rumours that there is one bigger in Lancashire, but
we've not seen it.
The world's biggest in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look then?
Let's
get it out.
David, we're actually going to whip it out now, if you don't mind. We're just going to whip the feature wheel out. Ryan, let's get that out.
Whip it out.
Shall we?
Reveal that wheel. Of course, and then
there it is. And now you can't see it quite yet, but you can see the size of it, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually.
Were you expecting it to be that big, David?
Well, I've seen a lot of feature wheels in my time.
Right.
And I'd say that's at least in the top 2.
Oh, okay.
Size-wise.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, size-wise in the top.
Well, maybe this will put it in the top 1. Okay, so size-wise top 2. You've seen a bigger one?
1.
Because this is.
Well, no, top 2, so you could be 1 or 2.
Yeah, you could be. It's within the top 2.
That's fantastic.
Let's take off that cloth.
There we go.
Wow.
Look at
that.
That is stunning. Now, as you know, David, every week Ryan gets into his workshop and he designs a new wheel every single time. It's still got all the features on there, but it's a different time. And as you can see with this one, it's of course, well, what I can see is there's a lot of cereal going on there right now.
Yes, I was going to go salad because, for obvious reasons, but I thought I don't know if it is salad. I think it's just his name, Salad.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be stupid of me to slather lettuce and tomatoes and onions.
And too obvious.
As well. So in the end, I've gone for cereal because, to be honest, it was a bit of a last minute thing. It took me so long to make the wheel at this scale that I then needed to cover it in something. And I thought, well, PVA glue, sure, easy, bang, 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 a few parts water. And that was just in buckets sloshed on there.
Right.
And then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to cover this with, because I need a theme, and salad's too obvious.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well...
So you had the glue drying on there already, and you were like...
And then I dashed to the supermarket, and I thought, what can I get, at scale here?
Bulk.
But I love the two giant, what are they called? Professor The Wheatos.
The Wheatos eyes,
The two giant Wheatos at either side of the wheel are very impressive.
Well, no, thank you. No, I put some time into it, put some effort into it, but yeah, it's just something this scale, and you can get stacks of cereal in boxes, of course.
Right.
So that's why I went for the cereal.
Ah, very clever, very clever. David, I hope you don't mind me asking this, man. It's a very personal question, but do you eat much cereal? Do you have cereal at all?
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Do you like the exciting ones or the boring ones?
I've got to say, I feel like the exciting ones are becoming the boring ones.
Oh.
Controversial opinion.
Hello, my kind of guest.
When I was a kid, and usually you get old and you taste the kiddie food and you're just like, oh, it's too sweet now.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite. The cereal isn't sweet enough anymore. It doesn't have enough flavour anymore. It's like they took out all of the flavours.
Yeah.
Because they don't want, like, fat kids, do they?
Yeah.
Like, America, theirs is still really unhealthy. And really good. But, so when it comes to cereal, I'm a big fan of all cereals.
Yeah.
But I'm not an all brand kind of guy, so not that area.
I understand they market Frosties as an adult cereal now because it's so unhealthy.
Is that right?
How are they doing this, John? How are they marketing Frosties at adults?
I don't know.
Have they got Tony Tiger in a suit or something? Like sat in an office?
Yeah, that was basically
rather than
just
hanging around the playground playing b-ball.
God, he wasn't he? He was doing all sorts of activities.
But is that true now? When you eat Frosties, they're not as sweet as they used to be. Because I've sort of gone off the sugary stuff.
No, I don't necessarily think it was that. It was the fact that they didn't want to put down the sugar level, so they had to market it elsewhere and no longer say we're aiming this at kids.
Right,
which of course,
of course, yes.
But kids love sugar.
Yeah, it's great.
And they don't have they don't have too much sugar and get a bit of a headache like people over the age of 30. So what's the...
Yeah, they're just buzzing off it. They're just having a good time. That's all they've got. They haven't got booze or drugs or anything like that, or fags.
I remember pouring... Yeah, it's a good point.
Give them sugar.
Yeah, give them a vice. I remember pouring sugar on top of any cereal that didn't have sugar.
Yeah.
So, like, Shreddies, sugar on top, cornflakes, like half a ton
You're
of sugar.
making your own Frosties there, basically.
And then you have, like, a milky, sweet slurry at the end of it, which I used to absolutely love. A very depressing thing I had the other day as I was rushing out the house, and I thought I'd best eat something before I leave the house. I'd just come back from work. And I made a cup of cereal. Didn't want a bowl, got a cup, put some milk in there, but it was kind of the ends, it was the ends of the cereal as well. So I made a dusty sludge, and I ate that, and I thought, I hate myself.
Did you drink it, or did you eat it with a spoon?
I ate it with my fingers. David there, oh no. Anyway, great work with the wheel, Ryan.
Thanks.
A wonderful cereal chat there.
It's really massive, Ryan, I have to say.
It's huge.
Well, it's record-breaking within the Yorkshire area.
Yeah.
David, I hope you don't mind me asking you this, but do you remember the toys that you'd used to get in cereal? And
Absolutely do. You could get stuff to put on your bike. That was
a lot of that.
They were the best
Kellogg's,
things.
The cockerel.
Yeah, reflector.
Yeah.
Reflector.
But also the stickers, bike stickers, and they were all different designs, and they had like words like hot rod and zoom, and things that sounded fast.
Yeah,
and you put them on your bike, and they were great.
It's true. I remember them not having a bike and like sticking it on the immersion eater or something. And my mother getting very annoyed, like, what's all this? Wow.
Oh, and those like things you put on your spokes that went the coloured things.
Oh yeah, they went
yeah,
clunk, clunk, clunk.
Yeah, I think they were called Spokey Dokies, not mistaken.
And do you remember the rubber ones, the rubber things you turn inside out and then you put them on the table and eventually they'd go. And fire up.
And if you went to like the market, the toy stalls at the market, I don't know if you had them where you were, they'd always sell massive ones and they just got bigger and bigger. And there'd be one for like £7 and it'd be like that big. You'd be like, and you'd be like,
just go to space.
And somewhere the biggest one of them exists.
Yeah, there will be. And I wonder what they're called, because then we could find out. But like, we would put them in a bag of crisps. What you'd do is you'd turn it upside down and you have like 30 seconds, put it in an empty crisp bag and say, I've just seen like a frog go into that crisp bag or something.
Oh man,
and then
that's great.
And then it goes, then it pops, and
that is fantastic pranking.
That's great.
we need to find out what they're called actually, because I'd love to have them back in my life. They feel like one of them like little toys that were that were created by mistake. You know, it's like it was something else for putting over, you know, some work equipment where you have to put a seal, like a bung or something on the end, and then that happened, and they were like, "Oh my god, we've just invented a toy."
Yeah. Some people accidentally discover penicillin. Some people accidentally create this bouncy toy.
Yeah. And I think they stopped doing the toys, didn't they, because of such high choking. Kids were dying.
You'll be out again. Not on eBay, because I hate those cunts. But by the way, you're gonna have to beat my swearing, aren't you?
Nah.
No. It is explicit podcast. This actually, technically.
That gets the kids in if you say it's got explicit content.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're going to be saying naughty words. Oh wow.
The only word we do bleep is poo.
Yeah. Dislike that word.
Just don't like the word. So
if you say that, you're welcome to say it, but it will get bleeped.
Yeah.
What about like plops? Or,
I don't love that either. It'll stay in. That'll stay in.
Plops will stay. I don't
love
plops.
it. I don't love it, but it'll stay in.
Plops is kind of quite satisfying to say, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think it implies that they're quite small and hard.
Dehydrated.
Well, it's onomatopoeia, isn't it?
Quite dense.
Yeah.
Right, listen, we have to spin this wheel. I actually would love to talk about cereal all day because there's a wealth of it. Maybe it'll come back up during the show. But Ryan, it looks great. It's cereal based. Does it still spin?
Let's see. Yes.
Oh, I got all milk in my eyes there. Got a splash of milk, or I think it's.
How long do they live for?
Oh shit!
How long do they live for?
How long do they live for? That is a feature.
It's a classic feature. But I don't know if we've had it for ages. To be fair,
it's been a while.
Don't think we've played for a long time. David, this is a feature called "How Long Do They Live For?" Now, we have a jingle for this feature, which might explain everything. So maybe we'll play the jingle, and then I'll ask David if he completely understands the rules to this game.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's one of the most descriptive jingles we have, in fairness. So
yes, it's a jingle by Sam Winters, our resident musician.
Jingleman.
Guilty as a question, and we all want to know: is it 9? Is it 80? Is it 34? There's only one answer, and we can't ignore. Come on, everybody, how long does it live for? Give me the answer. Mongoose, zebra, hamster. They'll give you the animal, but nothing else more. Come on, everybody, how long does it live for?
There we go. How long does it live for? Lovely to hear that again, actually.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
It's like a lost Beatles track.
Yes, absolutely.
It is very Beatles-esque. It sounds jingling, isn't it?
100%, especially that one.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful artiste, to be fair.
We'll have to get back. Well, hopefully it'll come up on the wheel again. But what was the one recently? The Snail Trail. That had a Beatles kind of vibe as well, didn't it?
Yeah. Snail Trail. He's also done Fuchsia Frenzy. So I don't know if you do. You know what this feature entails, David?
I think I can make an educated guess.
Yes, good. So for those of you at home who've just joined us on this episode and have not listened to us before, which may be quite a lot of you, this feature is basically I give you a creature or an animal, and I want you to tell me how long this animal lives for on an average lifespan. However, today's a little bit different.
Okay.
It's a little bit more special. I was watching a video not so long ago by a Dutch fella, and I had to click on it because the title of the video was "Before Salad Fingers, There Were Spiders."
What?
And I thought, what is this? And I clicked on, and it was this.
What?
This guy basically going, "Okay, welcome to the 15 most scariest videos online." This crazy guy, David Firth, this character, but he goes on. It's before Salad Fingers. There's a video, David. I don't know if you remember doing this, but I think it was released in 2007, and there was lots of images of bugs and stuff like that, and a spider. Can you remember doing this? Like real life footage, I believe.
No, I don't remember. What No.
Is this guy trying to say that David has ripped off spiders?
I don't remember a spider video, though. I mean,
was it like
if you showed me it, I might remember. But
a cockroach or a bug, close up, black and white?
Was it an animation or was it a real?
It wasn't an animation. It was a real. I'll have to send it your way. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is by you. I hope so. Now, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Wait. Oh, that I made.
Yeah, I think so.
He thinks I made it. You mean a video I made where I was filming all the bugs close up?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't before Salad Fingers though. I mean, it was a music video I made for some guy.
Oh, that will be it.
I was just filming moths and stuff in my room. I thought you were saying like it was the big viral video that was the big creepy thing that people would share.
Oh no, I think it was classed as one of the top 15 scariest videos online right now.
Right. People never even no one really made a fuss about that, and I don't think anyone even said it was scary at the time. People just sort of said, "Oh, that's kind of that's all right. It's kind of cool."
It did look cool, to be fair.
Some bugs. It was fun to make. I just open my window and put the lights on in summer and wait for all the bugs to come in, and then just collect them and film them.
Oh, is that how you did it?
Yeah. Though I think there was just like a lot of moths in our house as well. We just shared house, and we'd have the lights on all day and the windows open all night, and we'd just have a house full of bugs. And I would collect them and
just drawing them in.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was music video because I know you've done a few music videos.
I love one you did years ago, and I think it's for a band you were in. Was it Travelling Mind or something?
Oh yeah.
The Sharon Fruits.
Yeah. That was.
I really like that. I really love that song.
Yeah, that was our housemates. A bunch of us at the time. We had a little band.
Yeah, that video was brilliant, and I really like that song. I'll go and find that every now and again and stick it on.
Maybe we'll
we'll
close out the show with that tune.
I'd love to, unless there's something you'd rather us play. That's the only other thing. So I know you make music now, don't you, David?
Absolutely. I mean, play that. It's a pleasant little ditty, isn't it? It's been a while since I even thought about that song. Like we used to, we'd never actually disbanded. We're still together, I guess, but we haven't sort of got together and made a bunch of music for many years. Maybe 10 years now. 10 years? Actually 11 years. Holy shit. It just feels like 2 years.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. In your minds, you just meet up again next week and you're still in the band.
It's like, when we're up for it, when you're around, let's make some more music. But it's been 11 years.
Yeah, when people say a decade, you go, come on, guys, that was a decade ago. And you're like, oh, that must be... And then you think, God, that doesn't feel that long.
2012 is no time ago now, to me.
That's not a decade ago. They're lying.
It can't be, can it? It was
They've done something with calendars.
I remember it really clearly.
Yeah.
But it's really recent.
But then, what's our reference? Only as a child do you really know the feeling of time.
That's true.
Passing slowly.
God, that's poetic.
And you grow out of that and then go, oh my Lord.
But sorry, so this Dutch guy though, he's saying that this video that David made.
It doesn't matter. It's got nothing to do with it. The question.
Oh, really? Okay.
The question I have.
He was saying that David's video is one of the top 15 scariest videos on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a video.
Right. But before David made that video, there were spiders.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
There was.
He's obviously done his research.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what's different about today's How Long They Live For is that I'm going to give you the creature, which is a spider.
Okay.
It's actually a trapdoor spider.
Ooh.
But I don't want you to give me the average lifespan of the trapdoor spider.
Right.
I want you to give me the how old the oldest trapdoor spider lived for.
Okay.
Or lived to. And it is the oldest living spider recorded.
So many world records on this episode.
Yeah. So,
recorded is the...
just to give you an idea of the
key word there.
Yeah, true. It's true.
Yeah.
There's so many spiders on...
Who's keeping track of spiders?
Yeah. No, it's a bloody good point. It is a very good point. But
I suppose in a certain lab, they're sort of treating a spider with the utmost respect. Like, like the Queen, for example, there's a spider out there who's got treatment that the Queen would have got. Do you see what I mean? Just to probably try and keep it alive.
Well, this one was actually in a reserve, so it was in its most natural habitat. Technically, it wasn't.
But with the predators around.
But yes. What eats spiders? I don't know, like gorillas or something. You'd keep them away from it, wouldn't you?
There were no
spiders.
There was no gorillas there, and actually, unfortunately, this spider actually died from a wasp sting. a parasitic wasp, because what they do is they lay their eggs into them.
Yeah.
So it didn't die of old age. So it could potentially have had longer in there.
Oh, how did they let a wasp in? If they were,
it's a reserve, so it's
right.
it's kind of like Jurassic Park in that sense, but you can keep an eye on
You
them.
know what? You never think of a wasp stinging anything other than a human, do you? I've never even considered that a wasp might sting a spider.
Yeah, well, these are the worst ones because they lay eggs in you.
Oh.
And also, so the trapdoor spider, that's what it does. It builds a little trapdoor and like a hole that can go in, I think 15 centimetres or...
In your skin?
No, in earth.
Right.
And they literally have a little trapdoor that's made out of like silk and soil and...
and the creatures fall in.
And the creatures, when they walk past...
Absolute nightmare.
The spider will come and go, "Shit!" and take the whatever it's taken into its trapdoor.
But do you think on this
hole.
occasion the wasp fell into the trapdoor?
Yeah, this is the horrible thing.
Right.
Wasps can't... If there's a battle between the two, it's usually the wasp that will win. Because the wasp... So that the spider will literally be behind the door trying to keep the door closed.
Right.
But the wasps can penetrate because of their teeth, their fangs,
Yeah.
pincers.
Mandibles.
Thank you, John. They can actually rip through the door, the trapdoor. And once they're in there, the spider's pretty much fucked in that respect. And unfortunately, this is what spider #16, as it's known as.
It was just called 16.
Was that a clue to how long?
Yeah, you've not just given the game away, have you?
No, I haven't given it away. It was called number 16 was the name of the spider, also known as #16. So it was under observation, but it was in a natural environment.
May I ask what size this spider is?
Yes, so they grow till about 2.5 inches in length. So, decent.
Yeah.
Width.
They resemble
Length. I suppose does it make a difference with a spider? They're kind of circular.
Yeah, I suppose. They're a bit like a small tarantula, but shiny rather than hairy.
Okay, like they've got gel on, like a tarantula with wet look gel.
Yeah.
Okay.
A tarantula with wet look gel. That is basically what these things look like. And they're also 2.5 inches. So I just want to get one singular number of how long did this spider live for. Now, I'm not going to give you too much thinking time now. I think you've had enough. I will go straight to a very special guest today, David Firth. How long do you think #16 or number 16, Spider 16 lived for?
Well, I can't see him funding this sort of thing for too long. It's not going to be 20 years, is it? They're not going to keep it open that long. I reckon 8 months. That's what I'm going for. Right. I don't know if that's really old for a spider or not old at all. But sometimes you see like the same spider in your house, don't you, for like a few months. And you're like, oh, it's the same one because it's always up there, and you just kind of let it be.
It might be that spider died and your mum just replaced it with an identical one.
Yeah.
Come to live on a farm.
I've not noticed my mum snooping around here recently. Like she's not very stealthy.
I heard an unsettling fact that is often when you think you're seeing a dead spider, you're actually seeing the molted case of a spider, and they're still alive and slightly bigger.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They've grown.
Wouldn't they be slightly smaller because they would taken off their case?
Yeah, but then they take the case off as they grow because they're growing out of their...
Oh, right, okay, yeah, like
a
like when you grow out of your jeans and they just kind of rip off your nose.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like it happens every few years. You'll just be in your clothes and you'll just be like, and it'll just all rip, and then you'll be next pair of clothes. Gotta buy a new pair of clothes now.
Got another pair underneath, ready to go.
Well, my final answer: 8 months. That's what I'm predicting. 8 months.
8 months. So John Patrick over there. Let me know your answer, please.
I was so far away. I'm so far away from that. My immediate reaction was 28 years.
28 years.
But again, I've got no idea how long a spider can live for.
Well, if a wasp's killing it, I don't know about 20 years.
Yeah.
So to me, I was thinking wasps. They've got to be coming around every year and trying that on.
That's a good point.
And So
well,
I probably
27 times lucky. Do you know what I mean?
if I could maybe I could push it to 2 years, but I still want to stick with 8 months. But I reckon it's somewhere in that gap. But
Yeah.
I hope it's longer.
Okay.
So
John, you're saying 28 years?
Yeah.
28 years. And
So I'm not exactly
Ryan.
bang in the middle, but near the middle. I thought 7 years, but I think that's too long now, to be honest. Because it's just Spider. Isn't it?
There's a big gap here, and I like it.
But John's usually good at this. This is what's thrown me.
But you don't know the answer yet.
I know.
So you might be good at it.
I know.
I might be terrible at it. I don't know anything about insects.
You could be terrible at it. When you said 8 months, I thought, yeah, of course, it's just fucking Spider.
surprising, David, because you did that big documentary video on all the
insects.
spiders and the insects.
The scariest video on YouTube.
One of the scariest videos online. I swear to God, this guy is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. It's like it's a Welsh guy or something. Is he a South African guy? That's what it sounds like. I can't get that accent.
Ryan, stop stalling. I need an answer.
I've said it.
What did you say?
I said 7 years.
Fair enough.
About half an hour ago.
I can reveal that one of you is closer than the other two,
Okay.
Yeah, well,
and that person is, of course, John
Is it?
Patrick.
Oh, see, I told you, he's good at this usually. How's he got that, though? That seems mad.
This spider was born
how
in
close?
1973.
No way.
When did it die?
It died in 2016.
And again, you're sure it's not the same spider? You're sure it's not been replaced a few times to
Yes.
save someone's feelings?
Number 16 was a wild female trapdoor spider that lived in North Bungula Reserve near Tamin, Western Australia. She died in 2016 at an estimated age of 43 years and is the longest lived spider recorded to date.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
how long do they usually live for? Because
I think that it was like,
Yeah, what's the average in the wild, which would usually be the question.
but there was such a big gap. I think it was like between 2 and 20 years or something for a trapdoor.
Really?
Right. Well, because they can just be killed quite quickly, can't they, by, e.g., a wasp?
Well, yeah, of course. Humans are one of the biggest predators as well, like with anything in this world.
Yeah.
John, that is a point to you. Thank you so much for playing that. And he did not bad 28 there. You went real high. Sorry, David. You kind of you weren't that far off because I mean well, yeah,
8 months, not even close to the average. Even if we were going for the average, I still lost.
Ryan would have probably
taken the average.
Yeah.
And that's the usual game.
Well,
but,
it's a very special game, though. It's very special
it is,
guess.
The way I see it, though, like you see a spider, you just think, it's usually a month or two, and then that's it. That you don't see that spider anymore. And even it's in your house, and I can't imagine there's a lot of predators in my house for spiders.
Only you.
No, only me, and I protect the spiders because I hate flies.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And also, I don't understand being scared of spiders. Like, I'm pretty scared of wasps. If there's a wasp in the room, I'm not going to just sit there and I'm going to make sure I kill it because it's got 3-dimensional space, whereas spiders are just fixed to the wall. And they could drop him, but I don't know why they would.
It'd be an accident if they did. And they've got 8 legs.
Yeah.
It's unlikely.
Well, this fact you hear when you go, apparently like 7 spiders crawl in your mouth while you're sleeping at night, right? And you're going, okay, so who's doing that research then, where they're getting someone to sleep and they're recording some...
Well, it's David watching the Big Brother house.
yeah. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's one got in Jake Goody's mouth there.
No,
one in Stardust.
Callback, it really...
if you can catch them before they cut to the the sand, to the leaves or whatever.
Professor David Firth has some interesting facts. Yeah, it's a good point. Well done. And I think, Ryan, tell me there's time for another spin of the wheel.
I mean, if David's up for it, you up for one more quick feature?
I don't want to wear the wheel out or anything.
No, but I mean, there'll be a new one coming next week, so it'll be good to get some use. It's the biggest one. That's the trouble. I have to climb this ladder every time to spin it. I didn't mention that before, but I'll get myself up there and...
Let's give it another spin.
I guess give it another spin, I suppose.
How big is the room it's stored in?
Sorry, David, what did you say there?
I was just wondering how do you store such a large wheel? That's just a question.
It's a flat pack type thing, so I'll take it apart at night and it just goes goes under the bed. It folds 6 times, but no more.
Yes,
right.
Otherwise
Okay,
it
yeah.
shatters.
Otherwise, it shatters. Yes, that's right.
Wow.
Honestly, you've really got to see it sometime, David. It is quite a sight.
Oh, well, I can see it now because I'm with you in the room.
Of course
But the
when it
flat
folds
packs
down,
and slides under his bed. It's
It's
truly
really
amazing.
It's really clever how it works. Actually.
It is clever.
It's a
You
real
won't
cool bit
believe
of
it.
engineering.
Ryan sleeps with his nose on the ceiling.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's very thick, flat pack.
Yeah.
eye to eye with the spiders up there.
What was it's just bing, bang, bong. New
It's
feature.
a new feature. Sorry, yeah, a new feature. And this is dangerous territory.
It is
New
dangerous.
feature with a guest on.
Yeah,
Bloody
that
hell.
is a bit...
Yeah, it is risky. Innit?
I don't have a new feature.
No, I don't have a new feature, actually. I don't.
I mean, I've got one of.
Oh, have you?
Sorry, John's got a feet.
Yeah, I mean,
A bit coy about it, but
well, no, I've been saying to you guys, I've got something, but it's been a little while, but you remember how it was canonically bonfire nights.
it's hard to know.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Hard to know how
Yes,
bonfire night
I
is.
remember or even the Halloween special, was it?
Oh, did you prepare a feature for
Well,
bonfire
yeah.
night and new feature never came up on the wheel?
It didn't come up that week.
Yes.
So now I've got one left over hanging that I've
Bonfire
created
themed.
a jingle and everything for.
No pressure, but we've got a guest on, so...
It's sort of bonfire themed, but
Oh, okay.
But I still love bonfire night.
I love bonfire.
And also, right now at this time when we're recording this, what day is it today?
It's actually in 2 days,
I
bonfire
thought
night.
for a second that it might be bonfire night, but yeah,
no, I mean, it's in 2 days.
It's only
for
2
us,
days,
but
so yeah,
for the
yeah.
listeners.
yeah, it'll be long gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to hear it if it was even within.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah. If it
Oh,
was,
that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
yeah.
a nightmare actually to film on bonfire night, wouldn't it?
yeah.
I haven't actually. Have I got a name for this feature?
The jingle you've sent me that I installed into the system in case this came up on the wheel,
Yeah.
it's called Fireworks Jingle.
So I've actually just looked it up, and it's called Fireside Fireworks.
Oh, of course.
Fireside fireworks.
Yeah. Well, do you want to just play the jingle? And,
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll explain.
I've not listened to this before.
Oh yeah, baby. It's a special night we're gonna take all night. This one's for me and you. Never fall a moment, gonna set the night on fire. Baby, light the flame to shoot my rockets of desire. The fuse is burning and the light is getting low. So stop me up because my gunpowder's ready to blow.
That's fantastic, John.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love that.
Gorgeous.
So what's happened there is I was browsing through fireworks on a fireworks website. The fireworks website I was browsing through is called galacticfireworks.co.uk. I'd love them to be an official sponsor of ours. It'd be fantastic. But basically, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, some of these fireworks sound a little bit like raunchy. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
The names are a little bit suggestive, sort of. And then I thought they sound like they could almost be like sex toys. So I thought a good feature would be is I'm going to give you names of things, and you have to tell me if they're a firework or a sex toy.
Okay. Very, very adult. I love it.
this.
It's after dark.
So, guys, do you have a pen and paper? Because I've got a few of them. We'll
I
look
have.
through them and then
I'm going to do it
we'll
on
go-
my phone, I think, if that's all right. But
That's fine.
Yes. Have you got some kind of device you can type on?
Some sort of receipt. That should do it.
4 packs of Walker's Crunchy Whatsits.
Actually, yeah, I mean, you can try and guess what the receipt's for if you want. It's not. It's really uninteresting.
it's not the £5 one from earlier on.
Because that was interesting.
Because that was really interesting. With the
Actually, I'm not even going to tell. I'm not going to tell you. It's so uninteresting. I'm not going to tell you what it's for. So the mystery will continue.
Oh, we'll have to get him on. We'll have to get him on again at some point to
Yeah.
reveal.
Try and get to the bottom of it.
Reveal all. I really want to know now. Give us one
Office
item.
chair. Office chair.
office
It's
chair.
terrible.
I was going to say,
And it's not this one.
It's not even the one
It's
you
not
sat
this
on.
one. The one that I've repaired with some duct tape, if you can see it there, because it's a large thing to commit to, a new chair, and I've got to make sure it's comfortable. So I can't. So I really need to replace this one. It's just I can't commit to a chair. So.
But is that an old receipt then, or is that?
No, that's for a different chair in a different room. So, actually, for my girlfriend's office chair, but
okay.
So
ever the romantic.
Yeah, that's not good enough for me. I can't get on board. It's not the right chair for me.
Right.
It's got to be a heavy.
It's
one.
a good point. I bought an office chair quite recently, and the arms, it had some arms on it, and the arms were too high and they weren't adjustable, and it wouldn't go under my desk. So I had to sort of sit at a distance from it. So now I've had to, like, you can see the chair now, Matt. I've had to just take the arms off.
He's taken the arms off.
And yeah, absolute nightmare. Anyway.
Well, I've sat on this chair every day for 12 years, and I need to think, we'll be going into 2034.
Yeah.
And I'll still be sat on the same chair.
That's a commitment, isn't it?
12 years. That's a Fraser's dad chair, isn't it?
Yeah. That's like a relationship in a way, isn't it? Would you be quite sentimental about getting rid of that chair? Melancholic almost.
Well, it's either one of two things, right? Either I'll sit in this new chair and think, why didn't I do this 10 years ago? This is a huge improvement. Or I'll be thinking, they don't make chairs like they used to. I don't know which way it's going to go.
Are you going to keep on to that chair for a little while during the sort of honeymoon period with the new chair, in case you need to just switch back? Or do you think you need to just cut ties completely?
I don't even know if I'll be able to ever get rid of this chair.
Really? Yeah, because of
I might just keep it.
You've done a lot. You've made a lot of stuff in that chair. I imagine.
Yeah.
On your computer, that is not. Not.
Of course.
Anyway, John. So speaking of sex toys and fireworks,
absolutely.
So we just write down whether we think it's a sex toy or a firework.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is it like firework or fireside or?
You just put sex toy or firework. I should have thought of something funny that you could put.
A fireside firework.
Well, it was fireside, sexy. I don't know what I was thinking.
It was a beautiful song, though, John. Don't doubt it.
Gorgeous song.
I enjoyed it.
Well, with any luck, we'll never use it again.
Well, we'll see how it plays out.
All right, so I'm going to give you this first one. Right? Is it a sex toy or a firework? All right. Okay. This is called the Quick Shot Vantage.
This is already a good game, actually.
It is. It is good.
Thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Got an answer for that one, everyone?
I'm going to go with my instinct with that. Yep.
Yeah.
Got an answer. Right. Next one up is the Wildflower Willow.
I suppose that none of these are going to be obvious, are they? Obviously. As in, like, it's not going to be called, like, the Fanny Tickler or something.
Also, I think you're going to choose...
the subtle,
the least erotic sounding sex toys and the most erotic sounding fireworks.
Exactly, yeah, it's a good point.
All right, so next one we're up to is the Venus Box 13-item box set.
Oh, that's a tough one, isn't it?
That is a tough one. 13-item box set.
That's right.
See, I don't know why you would need 13 dildos, so...
Well, you'd be surprised.
The next one is the Flight Pilot.
God,
it's a good game.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more obvious than this, but that's fair.
All right, you got it. Got that one.
Wait, say it one more time to me.
Flight Pilot.
I think this game could work all year round as well. I don't think it's bombed.
No.
I think you have fireworks all, New Year's, etc. Special occasions.
All right, you got that one. All right, next one. Big Bang.
Oh, God.
Big Bang.
Yeah.
Okay, that must... I think I'm way off here, to be honest.
I'm changing an answer as well somewhere, which I'm going to regret. Keep myself in the back.
All right, that was Big Bang. The next one, Queen of Hearts.
Superb.
And last but not least is Vive Enora.
Vive Enora.
David, what does that mean? What does that translate to?
It just means happy time, doesn't it?
Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, I think it does.
Sounds about right.
No, happy life. No, I don't think it does.
I bought it.
I bought it. Yeah, I felt like I'd cracked him.
I don't even know what language it is. Is it Spanish? Italian?
It does sound very Spanish.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we've all completed that. We'll just go through the answers, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I guess we keep our own scores, yeah?
Yeah, please, if you could. That'd be good. So, quick shot vantage. Matt, what are you saying?
Firework.
Ryan?
Firework.
David?
Sex toy.
Quick shot vantage is part of the Fleshlight range. That is a male sex toy.
Oh, shit.
Well done, David.
No, I don't want to get that one right. 'Cause it's flesh.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like I know about that sort of thing.
Obviously, a sex toy.
There's no shame in that. There's no shame. It's all right.
I'd take one.
I don't want to win this game.
Next one. Wildflower willow. Matthew?
Sex toy.
Ryan?
Firework.
David?
Firework.
That is a wand vibrator.
Yes.
Okay, next
Yes. And that's the sound it is made.
one. The Venus box. 13-item box set. What we saying, Matthew?
Firework.
Ryan?
Sex toy, like set,
All right. David?
presumably.
Firework, because I don't think you would have that many sex toys in a set. That's just my...
That is, in fact, a firework. Well done, lads.
I've got...
Yes.
I'm on 000 today. How are you guys
Legend.
doing?
Oh, Ryan. So, next one. Flight pilot.
Sex toy.
Ryan?
Sex toy.
David?
Sex toy.
That is another part of the Fleshlight range. Well done, lads.
Yes. I knew that one.
All right. And now, Big Bang.
That's got to be a firework.
Yeah, I've gone firework.
I think you're trying to trick us with that one sex toy.
That is a firework. It was a double.
Double.
And then we've got the Queen of Hearts, Matthew.
Firework.
Ryan.
Firework.
David.
Firework.
That is a firework. And actually, as we're here,
You
Ryan,
could
I've
use it as a sex toy. Sorry, John.
I've actually got... So this is a northern-based company, this Galactic Fireworks, and they've made recordings of all of the fireworks being fired off. And I've got an audio recording for you to listen to of that firework being fired. It's pretty nice.
So this is the Queen of Hearts.
The Queen of Hearts firework.
This is Queen of Hearts. It's basically a firework that fires in the shape of a heart, if you can imagine that, the explosion.
Okay.
Okay. And this is from galacticfireworks.com.
That's right, yeah. .co.uk.
Wow, power on that. Lovely. These are love heart rockets, these. Whoa, the power. One. Can you see they have a love heart and a lovely golden centre? Oh, we love you. That's the love heart rockets. Brilliant.
Oh, that's...
So is that like the creator of the firework almost who's showing it off? Or
I'm
is it...
not sure. I don't know if they're just wholesalers or whatever, but he does the whole thing. So, final one was
charming guy.
That was lovely.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thanks, John.
The Vive Enora.
I'm saying sex toy.
I went sex toy, yeah.
Yeah, I went sex toy as well with that one.
That is a wand vibrator, that one.
There we go.
Now, I was going to... So that's it. Top of your scores, lads. What are we talking here?
6 for me.
4.
I got 5.
5. Well done, lads. It's not actually that bad. Matthew, congratulations. You do get a point for winning.
Thank you so much.
That game. Now, I was going to put in another one, which is called The King's Crown. But I think that's too obvious, right? What do you think it is? Just off the top of your head?
Just like something that goes on the end of your knob.
Right, good. No, this is a firework, but I have got a something that goes on the end of your knob.
Do you have an audio recording of them setting this one?
I absolutely do have an audio recording of them setting this off.
Have you got any audio recordings of the sex toys being
That's
used?
what I thought the other one was going to be.
Oh, it's a right nice. It's a right nice fit. Right nice. Look at that.
Oh,
look at that. Yeah, look at that. It's gone right in that.
Out again and in again. And out again and in again.
I feel like a king with that on. Sorry, John. So this is another firework going off, is it?
Yeah, please, if you could play the second,
The big crowning one.
Here we go. Jesus Christ.
Oh my lord, it just fills every bit of the pile. Whoa! I'm not kidding, you should see this. Look at this, the ground. Look at this going down. Look at that. There is nothing better. They are phenomenal.
Wow.
I really want to see that. I feel like I could see it, to be honest.
Sounds like someone from Phoenix Nights.
Also,
I did it amazing. I couldn't believe I found this.
and is that on the website? Is that an audio clip? Because he's saying you should see this.
No, it's
Or is
all
it a picture
video.
of-
Oh,
or
you
is it
can
a
like,
pic-
imagine going to the effort.
I know. That's what I mean. But or is it? Maybe he's just saying. Or is the camera on his face and he's going? You've got to see this. It's beautiful. It's filling up the sky.
Yeah. Also,
That would be-
you said that, John, but I want to buy these fireworks based on these audio recordings.
Just on the reactions
to be
alone.
honest.
Yeah.
true.
I don't know.
They're not cheap. Those ones. They're expensive. I think those ones are £45 a pop.
Wow.
A bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, listen, John, I'm glad you brought that as a new feature.
Yeah. Me too. Enjoyed it.
What's the name of the feature again?
What did I say? Fireside fireworks.
Fireside fireworks. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that could be back. No problem. So, well done to Matt Skillington there for getting the point. Now,
Congratulations for you.
it's getting very, very late. David's currently putting his gym jams on. Ryan's got his slippers on here. He's silently getting them on. Ryan, is there time for another spin?
No, I need to get into bed, and that's where I put my slippers on, of course.
Okay, but do we?
So we should.
Do we
Oh.
have time for a game of Who's at the Door before we leave?
Well, there's always time for a quick game of Who's at the Door. And if, David, you don't know how this game works, I'm sure the jingle will explain all.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's at the door? Who's that? Who's that? Who's at the door? Who's that? Who's that? Who's at the door? It's a mystery.
Okay, so basically, David, all you've got to do is tell me who's at the door this week simply by listening to the knock. Here we go.
Okay.
Who's at the door this week? And that's one last time. I'll give you that, lads. Who is at the door this
please.
week? Okay.
Really, gotta say, this is a tough game.
Yeah.
It's very rare that any of us win this game.
Yeah.
It's I think we've won it maybe in 84 episodes 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
Am I right in thinking this is a musical guest?
Oh, interesting.
And that they've knocked the rhythm of their big hit to the, because these singers
They seem
walk
to
around.
sometimes do that, don't they? These people at the door.
Sometimes these people at the door do that. Sometimes there's kind of other clues in there. Early doors, there weren't even any clues, particularly. There was just
It
standard
depends on the
knocks.
person, doesn't it? Really.
Yeah, it depends.
Whoever's out there. And the thing is, we can't let them in. Unfortunately. If
Well,
if we don't get
you'd
it.
be right not to let them in.
Unless you get it right, and then we do let them in.
Yes, of course.
Ryan, who's at the door this week?
I can only think of Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender, great fucking guess there. John, who's at the door this week?
George Michael.
George Michael. And David, who do you think's at the door this week?
I was thinking it sounded like Ja Rule. It sounded like his knock.
Okay, interesting. Great guesses there, guys. I can reveal that it is a musician, actually, this week.
Okay.
It is.
God.
And what's weirder is that David has actually mentioned this person already in this podcast. So I'm afraid you're all wrong, I'm afraid. The person at the door was actually Cher.
Oh, yeah.
And
wow.
We can't let her in. However, David might be able to give us a quick impression of Cher. I don't know if you've heard this party trick of David Firth.
No.
But
I can't believe it's come back to this. The thing is, I've got to say, right, I think your door must be locked because Cher will
locked.
always let
Yeah, of
herself
course.
in. She doesn't knock. She lets herself in. So
yeah,
it must be
that's
locked.
true. That's a good point,
Yeah,
actually.
we have to bolt it because you never know. We've had all sorts.
I can't believe the 2 times I've been on your podcast,
Yeah.
I've mentioned Cher both times. You must think I have some sort of obsession with Cher. I find it's when when you've got an answer to something. There's always Cher is always an answer.
Yeah.
Whatever the question is, it's always sat there as an answer.
Like Anne Boleyn.
there somewhere.
Well, I can't remember.
Is that your go-to answer?
Yeah.
What's yours? Matt?
Mine would be Michael Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the easy go-to. It's always there.
Yeah. I don't know how. I can't remember the first time we ended up talking about Cher in the Matt Skillieve and Skillieve or Not podcast. I don't know how. Can you remember how it came about?
No.
I think it's the only person I can do an impression of, because I'm not a big impressions kind of guy.
No, it wasn't like you were going, oh, look at this impression. You just started doing it, and then I was like, oh, that's actually pretty fucking good. I can't remember why we were talking about Cher. And then this episode, you mentioned it again. So yeah, I suppose I do. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's a
Sharehead.
Sharehead, yeah.
Sharebear.
It was actually, I had read something about Cher today. I think that's what put it in my head, because I was reading about auto-tune and the history of auto-tune, and someone saying that Cher would be a very one of the earliest examples of explicit use of auto-tune on a song. So that's probably I read a lot about like music production stuff. So
I thought you were going to say you were rereading the autobiography of Cher. Time to shit.
No, I'm not. I only know about 2 or 3 Cher songs. I'm not even vague. Not even remotely interested.
When she came back with the "Do you believe in love that love?" That one,
yeah,
because that was a kind of relaunch, wasn't it? Really?
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
Everyone came back in the 90s. Tom Jones came back in the 90s, didn't he? Big 70s star came back in the 90s.
True.
And he was collaborating with like Stereophonics and modern bands at the time.
The youth of the day.
Sex Bomb as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Sex Bomb.
Is it a firework? Is it a...
yeah, a lot of covers. Tom Jones came back, tried to relaunch himself with all that. I can't remember who else did it. Someone else must have done it.
Well, Madonna kind of, she had a renaissance a little bit, didn't she? But she was always kind of, throughout the generation, she was doing all right, to be fair.
Did John Travolta sort of come back in the 90s with Pulp Fiction? It's a different genre, but...
Yeah, that relaunched his career, really.
Like, kind of relaunched him, didn't it?
Yeah. Was that his big comeback? Because I didn't feel like he'd gone away, but maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I think he did, because he was like really hot with, what's it called? It's the film with all the dancing and that,
Night Fever.
Dirty Dancing? No.
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever, sorry.
Saturday
Yeah,
Night
of course. Yeah.
And he did a few bits, but then I think he was a bit like washed up and slightly out of it.
And he wasn't like a cool actor, was he? And
then he did that. Then he did.
Yeah.
But I think David is stalling, and either that or he doesn't want to do the impression.
Oh, you wanted an impression.
Oh yeah, can we hear?
You don't have to do it. Obviously.
I don't want to put you on.
It feels like I need an organic sort of lead into it.
Yeah.
So, like impressionist comedians, they'll always just be like, so I was just flicking through the channels earlier, and Top of the Pops came on, and do you believe in love and love? I think it was Cher that was on there or something.
And on that bombshell,
we don't need it to come in.
Have you been working on your Cher impression, David?
Do you reckon it's improved?
I think that's better than I remembered.
It's very good.
I didn't know if I could still do it. You just got to twat your Adam's apple as you're doing it.
Do you believe in love after love?
You also got to kind of do that. It's life after love, isn't it?
Do you believe in life?
Oh God, you have.
Yeah, but she doesn't for the first part of the song. She just sings the chorus normal, but then in the end, she's just like whack it up, just stick it all the way up.
Believe
it takes time to believe. Believe. One more time.
That was fucking brilliant. I want to thank Mr. Ryan Howes over here, good old fashioned. Thanks so much for being here tonight.
Thank
mate.
you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Sir John Patrick, God, what a great new feature. And to you, David Firth, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I've had a right laugh with you. And
yeah, cheers. Thanks for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
and
thanks so much.
We'll leave you with this, if you don't mind. Animated monsters, 8-legged freaks. A short video for some, but the preparation takes weeks. Cut out, clay, or stop-start. Monsters, men, or creatures. Who says we don't cover the law at the studio of terrible features? Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Always running wild when you never came through. left hand dry when you gobbling the truth. Acting like you saw me, but I never saw you. Tumbling through the fields, and I've come to conclude from the situation I'm live with the blues, live with the blues, live with the blues, live with the blues. Doesn't exist, hard to resist. Only a fool travel the mind. Searching my mind, trying to find something that's lost. Shall it cost you? Searching my mind, trying to find something that's lost. Shall it cost you? Find it out, I hold it out, the moment is gone. Following the tracks, but they're always confused. Flowing and growing and we're chemical fused. Promise conversation, I'm live with the blues, live with the blues, live with the blues, live with the blues. Doesn't exist, hard to resist. Only a fool would trouble the mind of you. Searching my mind, trying to find something that's lost. Shall it cost you? Searching my mind, trying to find something that's lost. Shall it cost you?
You have been listening to Seldom Differ's Terrible Features with Matt Skillington, John Patrick and Ryan Howes. Intro and outro theme by Old. You can follow them at Old Music on Instagram. If you want to follow the boys at Seldom Differ, you can get them at Twitter at Seldom Differ, Instagram Seldom_Differ, and Facebook at Seldom Differ Comedy. You should also subscribe at Seldom Differ on YouTube. Thank you to Luke Collins at Appley Bridge Studio for his additional audio work. And thank you to all you Patreon subscribers. If you're interested in supporting us, then go to patreon.com/Seldom Differ. And there you can donate as little as £1 a month, that's 25p an episode, that's not too bad, to £3 plus a month, which will allow you access to all of our bonus material. Please do give us a 5-star rating and a review. We'd be unbelievably grateful. Thanks for listening.